Hello, I'm doing another video today. I'm sorry that I haven't been posting as much again. What it was, I came down with another cold and then I got busy, and then it was a case of I decided to do a little bit of a revamp in case you didn't notice. I needed to get a new intro. I decided to make my own this time. And yeah, so it's been a little bit hectic, a little bit busy, but I promise I will get to one of the requests that I had. I believe it was like a modern bungalow. But yeah, I will do that one today. I'm so sorry for the delay on that. But I mean, like I did say that I would do a Halloween videos and show my favorites. But where time did go on, I decided to create a playlist with some other creators' videos plus one of mine. So it's like Halloween builds. I believe Deco and this Lady Squad are the ones in there. And I mean, if there's any videos on YouTube of more Roville Halloween builds that I've missed, please let me know and I'll add them to it. They're all like amazing builds, and I am so sad that I didn't tour them all. It's got a bit further on in the season, and I feel like I'll just be going back a bit too far if I do it now. But yeah, so if you want to check it out, I mean, Halloween builds are amazing. I mean, you can use them all year round, and especially like the ones that are like TV shows and stuff like that, they're amazing ones, and you can just use them for anything. I personally love a good Halloween build, and I probably will be keeping mine a little bit longer than I should. But yeah, so I'm going to be looking around my build today. It's a new one that went on the market last night. It's called, what is it called? It is called Secluded Bliss. The idea behind it is 17th century ruins, like you buy the plot of land, it's got the ruins on it, you bought. And then it's a case of you don't want to destroy the history, so somehow you incorporate your new modern home into the ruins and you build a house inside of it. You're going to see some of the ruins around the plot, you're going to see the occasional rock scattered about. But yeah, the idea is it's in the country, it's secluded, it's private. From the front, it just looks like a basic two-story, but secretly, it's got a whole like downstairs area, modern with touches of like cozy cottage. But yeah, so I am going to get into the build, and I hope you like it. I'm gonna be explaining it as I go, but if you look down either side there, you have, I don't know what you call it. Like, I guess this is just like the entrance. Driving up is what you see. You have artwork either side, which I thought was a nice little modern twist, plus all the plants and trees. Security cameras, quite grand looking gates, and the sign there with my face on it. You can actually just remove the picture of my face, and then you've got a sign to put your own property name on. So I feel like that's a good little touch that I might do in other builds. As you walk in, like, over here is what I mean about country. I got a little bit creative in this build. All my builds I end up doing something creative with. But yeah, I believe these are rocking sheep rockers. I don't know, they're a kid's toy, but because we don't really have that many animals, like free roaming animals, I thought this would add a nice effect because it gives me, oh okay, there's someone just dropped out the sky. It gives me like the vibes of, people in England will know what I'm on about, like Welsh countryside. I think you'll understand it if if you've seen Welsh land, Wales. Yeah, so over here on the left you have quite a nice little tree borders. You have a nice little like lake area. I have decorated inside the lake. I won't jump in so much because that's like, oh, dig for treasure, there's nothing amazing, but I cannot just do a blank lake. It has to have stuff at the bottom because it's been there for a while. It's one of them things that was with the land, more you've done it, added light to it, kind of thing, like a water feature. Walking up to the house, you have 3 ways to enter the property. You can either go up the driveway, where I believe you have 2 or 3 car spawns, or you can enter the garage, which you've got 3 spawns in there, or go straight up the stairs. For aesthetic purposes, I will go up the stairs, because this is like the main entranceway if you're not driving in. This is actually the view that you have, which kind of inspired this build. I was searching for research for a different home I was creating at the time, and I found this picture of this really nice like ruins of some cottage in the countryside, and then some modern build coming out of it, and it really did inspire the build. and this is the view that you have, kind of like the picture that I found. The windows, they are actually decals on front of it, like artwork made translucent. But I didn't want it completely see-through. I had curtains, but it was still too see-through when the curtains were open. So putting this window frame on, it gave you a really nice like blind effect. It's not too private, not too on show. On the left-hand side, when you come up, sorry, that's the entrance there. I'll get to that in a minute. When you come up here, you have more ruins of a building that I haven't built in, but they're meant to be, they're meant to resemble like stables or maybe like a shed that have like crumbled. I think that's the right word to use, like crumbled over time, and you just turn it to this really nice little sitting area where you can maybe drink your coffee and look out over the fields, all the beautiful land that you come with this home. Starting inside, I will end up outside. I have to go down and then we'll go out like, the basement area. Walking in, you have an entrance kind of like area, hallway. It's not really a hallway, but it's an area where you got your coat stand and a home sweet home sign, which I thought really fitted the calm vibes of this home. This is the lounge. You can kind of see people right now shopping, which isn't great. But yeah, this is the lounge area. You have a lot of colours and like warm tones in here. I feel like it had to stick with the cottage vibe. I had to try and make it a comfy, cozy, modern look. You have a single bathroom here. But yeah, so you've got like vaulted ceilings upstairs and I believe in the kitchen. Yeah, vaulted ceilings, which you'll see as I get to it. But I am going to show you around this floor, head upstairs and head all the way back down. In here you have the dining room, open plan. You have frames. I know they're like bookshelves, but I put them on the wall. I've put a neon beam between it and created some kind of light fixture for the wall. Because fortunately, like where the scene's vaulted, I position the beams in areas which I personally like is a bit more artsy, but that only allows me to have lights in certain areas, and it did not look right down there. So putting the lights on the wall really helped me in this build. I put some windows above it so it's not completely, you know, windowless. You have your piano, and then down here you have your modern kitchen. This was a bit more of an experiment with modern kitchens. I don't experiment too much with kitchens. I might change colours, but recently I've been trying to create my own type of kitchens. I love the islands that I started doing in Greystone Manor, and I have been keeping them. When you cook on the stove over here, you will end up coming over here to chop, because I hid a counter somewhere inside. So it is all functional. Over here you have a little utilities room and a basic bathroom, which I think is perfect size. I couldn't do one of my crazy showers. They are through the rest of the house, but just didn't really fit in here. Coming out here, you have a patio area. Just somewhere to sit. It's not too decorated because it's kind of like just the main patio area. You can put stuff on the table if you like, maybe a lantern, maybe a light, maybe some coffee mugs on the table, but I decided to keep it pretty simple. The upstairs, you can see the balcony. Upstairs is like the whole main floor is the master suite, like the whole floor. So you have your office area here with like, ooh, what is it? A reading nook, reading area, a nice area to sit and read, and you can look out over the kitchen. The idea behind it is it's not too private up here because this whole floor is yours, so no one really has a reason to be up here. So you have open plan, airy, breezy, not breezy, that's probably not the best word to describe it. Open plan bathroom, modern kind of sink idea, but not too crazy. You have a built-in bathtub to match the walls and try and keep it with colour schemes, and your open shower. Here, I did try something a little bit different with the wardrobe. As you can see, that must have been the person that fell out the sky next to it. But yeah, by the looks of it, they bought the clothes, which is weird because it didn't used to do this till I moved to the spawn point. But I'm sure it's a simple fix or it will go back to normal. But I tried to experiment a little bit more with the wardrobe. Like, it looks good like that, to be honest. It does look better without the clothes on the hangers because it's not too many colours. I created a modern looking fireplace with TV around the same size. Again, high ceilings with lights, I believe, on top of the beams. So it does light up the ceiling slightly, so it's not too dark up there. You have your floating bed, I think that's what it is called. I try to create a floating bed best I can. It's made out of shoe boxes, and then the bottom of the bed I made translucent. Sadly, you can't change your legs on the side tables, but they still do look great, and it just happens to like work all together pretty well. Okay, so I'm gonna head downstairs. I'm not gonna jump. I won't jump. That's dangerous. But as I head downstairs, you are greeted with this whole modern kind of extension, which is a little bit of a surprise to build. Like, you wouldn't notice it unless you're standing in the back garden. Opposite the stairs, you have your gym. You have some inspirational quote and gym sign. You have yoga mats with your TV, weights, and I'm not even sure what you call that thing because I go to the gym so much. Right through here is your garage. Yeah, I got lost for a second. Through here is your free car garage. As I said, you have spawns upstairs, so you can have cars on display, and then you can have your more expensive ones, don't really fit the aesthetic, maybe in here. I did stick with them neon bars at the back. I put them in the bunker in my city, and I was like, oh my god, I really like them. I'm going to have to use them more, and I'm actually using them quite a bit because they just make a great lighting feature. Modern, and it's not too in your face. You have a little workstation over there, and coming back in on the right hand side, you have your indoor pool. I didn't go into too much detail. You have your ladder to get out, your diving board, a little shower area over there to get the chlorine off, and I didn't put too much on the walls because I really do like this wood effect. Okay, so if you just come here, this relates to the story of the build. It's artifacts that maybe you found when you were excavating the property and digging out the basement. All the old type of stuff that maybe was here, maybe in the 17th century, maybe a little bit later on that you found while digging. You're like, you know what? This is the history. I want to keep it on display. Got a picture there. I feel like it resembled the cottage quite well when I was going through like the shape, and I thought, you know what, this would be a great example to maybe show what the cottage might have looked like in an oil painting. So I did stick that there. It's obviously not exact, but I feel like it's a good representation. I can't say it. Good representation of the build. You have just a simple little hallway with like, some plants and another neon light, and opposite you have pretty basic store. This is full when you buy it. It's not empty, I promise. It's just I didn't stop the store. I didn't close the store when I loaded in, so people have been buying everything. It's not too exciting in here. It's one of them rooms that you shut the door and you make money. You're welcome to upgrade it. You're welcome to remove it when you buy it, or like upgrade to jewelry. But I didn't want a really expensive store in this house. I felt this is like an affordable, more affordable kind of home. It gives you the privacy, the luxury, and yeah, I didn't want it to be too crazy overpriced. Here I created kind of, I don't believe I have got light coming out of them. I might do in some, but they're meant to be resembling modern lights coming up from the floor. You have, I believe this house in total is a 4-bedroom, so you have 3 in the basement, but you have potential for a 5th. It's kind of neutral tones again, that you have them fake windows that you'll see scattered about. I put them in, I had them in one of my bunker builds, and I just love them because when you don't have the windows, it's great to create the appearance. Because I mean, if I was living here, I wouldn't be I would not want to be too claustrophobic. So creating the windows with the decals, I feel just opens up the space a bit more. You have ceiling details, which I'm focusing a lot on recently because the ceilings are just so plain. You have pretty simple bathrooms. I'll show you this one because all the bathrooms are really similar, so it won't be too much in-depth walking around. The tones vary. Sorry, it is early for me. The tones vary. I've kept similar tones in the rooms. This is more a dark modern. The other one's like cozy green, and the one next to this is I think brown warm tones. Yeah, here we go, with some forests because I have a lot of pictures of the nature around because it's a very nature-based build. Down the end of the hall, it has potential. You could actually turn this into a private office if you don't like the one in the master bedroom. You could turn it into a games room, a baby's room, maybe even like a playroom. It's got one of them fake windows again, and I do love the look. Here it just looks great, and I've done like a green tone to resemble the light coming through the trees. So that is it for inside, and I'm going to check outside now. Okay, so coming out, let me try my best to zoom out. Sadly, it is nighttime, but I believe the sun is rising. Here, you can really see the extension of the home, and it looks completely different from back. Beautiful yellow tones here right now, but yeah. So you have your relaxing area, your jacuzzi, your swimming pool. Over there, you have your helicopter spawn, and a little bit of artwork. Let me zoom it back in. Oh great, it's raining. Just what I need. It's fine, this house looks great in all the weather. Here you have a modern sitting area where, as you can see, you would sit, drink coffee. You have a nice little fireplace to keep you warm. And water features. I do love my water features. If you see my builds, I love a good water feature, whether it's inside, outside. I have to have them. Walking through here, it's not too much detail, but I did see this in someone's build and I was like, you know what, I really like that. And I just thought it added the perfect little something to this walkway. Down here you have a garden. This side I've left blank, so you can throw some roses, whatever you want there. Here you actually have vegetables that you can grow, replant, make some money off of it. And a nice little like greenhouse. I feel like this would be the best place to maybe put a couple chairs or plants or storage even, but I thought I'd leave this for you guys to decide because it's not too big a space, and again I feel like a really good idea would be maybe a couple armchairs so you could just sit here and relax. But yeah, I think that might be it for this build. I think that's it for this build. But here, if you have a quick look, I have lowered the fence because I don't know if you've seen it, but in a lot of country builds, if you've got the fields behind your home, you'll have like a lowered fence so you can enjoy the view. And I did that somewhat here. You can't see too much, but it does just create the appearance of not completely enclosed in. Because I do love my privacy in my builds, and I do love the privacy effect. But here, it's kind of the perfect balance. God, that rain is hard. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I will be doing some more videos soon, maybe today. Hopefully today. I might schedule them today as well. I don't know. Might have to like spread them out a little bit. But yeah, so thank you for watching so much, and I hope you like the build. I hope you like the video. Please tell me if you would maybe change anything about the build, or if you do, maybe take some pictures of it and tag me on Instagram because I like seeing what people do. I love seeing like renovations and stuff like that, and maybe what you would change. Just show me in the pictures. That would be brilliant. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you watch the next video, and I hope you come back. Thank you, and goodbye.